Complete the tables of the values for y equals 4x minus 6. So when completing tables like this with an equation, what we're going to want to do is substitute in the value for x into the equation for y, and if we simplify it down it will give us a value for y. So if we start off with x equals negative 1, when x equals negative 1, y will be equal to 4 multiplied by negative 1 minus 6. And we'll do our multiplications first. So this will simplify down to y is equal to negative 4 minus 6, which simplifies down to negative 10. And this is our value for y when x is equal to negative 1. Next, when x is equal to 0, y will be equal to 4 multiplied by 0 minus 6, which simplifies down to y is equal to negative 6. So this is our value for y when x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4 multiplied by 2 minus 6, which gives us y is equal to 2. And finally, when x is equal to 3, y is equal to 4 multiplied by 3 minus 6, which simplifies down to y is equal to 6. Now this question's worth 2 marks, and we'll get both marks for having all 4 values correct in the table. On the grid, draw the graph of y equals 4x minus 6 for the values of x from negative 1 to 4. So we're going to need to use the table of values, which we filled out in the first part of this question. So if we start off with when x equals negative 1, y is equal to negative 10. So we can start plotting the points. So on the x-axis we're going to want to look for negative 1, and then on the y-axis we want the value negative 10. So the point which we'll plot will be here. Next we have when x is equal to 0, y is negative 6. So we're going to want 0 on the x-axis and then negative 6 on the y-axis, which is the point here. Next we have the coordinate 1, negative 2. So we're going to want 1 on the x-axis and then negative 2 on the y-axis, which is here. And we can see that we're starting to form a straight line. So next we have the coordinate 2, 2. So we'll want 2 on the x-axis, 2 on the y-axis. We then have the coordinate 3, 6. So 3 on the x-axis, 6 on the y-axis. And finally the coordinate 4, 10. So we want 4 on the x-axis, 10 on the y-axis. So these are all of the coordinates which we need to plot. And now the final thing we need to do is draw a straight line to connect these coordinates. And our line should pass through all of the coordinates. And it's important to remember to draw this with a ruler. So our final graph of y equals 4x minus 6 should look like this. Now this question's worth 2 marks. We'll get 1 mark for having at least 5 coordinates correctly plotted, and we'll get our second mark for a complete graph.